I had a client who was running a very, very successful transport business. They were about the 4th biggest in the conurbation that I live in, and their business was 3rd generation, so they've been operating since the 1920s. And it's true to say that they didn't really know where a coach would fit in, what a coach could do for them. Very, very quickly they realised that one of the challenges of them being 3rd generation is that the learning that had gone on with the original entrepreneur, and then his ability to pass that on to his son and his daughter, hadn't got filtered down to the 3rd generation, because, you know, that was old granddad who was a long time ago. So what was very interesting is, although this business was turning over close to £10 million a year and was very, very successful, they weren't anywhere near as successful as they could have been. And I think what was interesting and what I found was a substantial part of their operation, which was a multifaceted operation, actually wasn't profitable, and a specific part of the business was carrying other areas of it. Now, that didn't mean we came in and made dramatic changes. It just meant that we came in, highlighted that, and then we were able to concentrate on the areas of the business that had the most potential to grow. And that's been a very challenging but very interesting client to be involved with.
The best client results I've received as an action coach was helping an audiovisual business increase turnover by 200% in 6 months and achieve 22% profitability from a break-even position. And since then they've grown another 200% again, so they're now a 400% bigger turnover business since I became involved with them. And part of the process, the business actually awarded regional growth business of the year, small business of the year, and overall business of the year in their local regional newspaper award.
Client results are critical. That's what this is all about. And for example, I have a client who has turnover has increased by 500% over a 2-year period, profitability by 200%. We've now got a team in place, and he decides when he wants to work during the week. Gone from 70 hours a week to whatever he wants, his choice.
I've received some great client results. I've doubled people's turnover. I've made a couple of people millionaires, on paper at least. And one client, I've moved his turnover literally from £25,000 a year in one element of his business to £76,000 a month. So, but client results, yes, there are financial results, but there are also human results. I've helped a lady, for example, an Italian client who was running a subsidiary company in the UK, in the middle of the Black Country. Home was Lake Como in Italy, and she'd been, in inverted commas, trapped in the UK for 5 years running a subsidiary company. And my task with her was to get her back into Italy within 6 months. And she now comes across 2 days a month instead of living in the UK. So she's a raving fan, and it's a real success story.
Some of the best client results that my clients have achieved in their businesses through being coached. One in particular reduces hours from 100 hours a week down to taking 2 afternoons a week off. But one more recently, I've just had an email from a client that has doubled his business in the last 12 months and has some real focused targets to double it again in the next 12 months. And he's not just increased profitability and turnover, but also all other areas of the business as well. And he sent an email and said, for the first time in 17 years, I feel like I'm in control and running my business, instead of being stuck in my business, sort of doing the do, if you like. He said, and I have more money in the bank account than I've ever had in the 17 years of being in the business. So he won our Client of the Quarter awards when we were down in Spain last month. So that's just truly amazing, because he inspired all of my other clients that were in the room at the same time.
So some of the best client results I've had I would say, firstly, with my architect client, a professional service firm, where we've dramatically improved their cash flow, which has really relieved the stress for the directors. The business has doubled in revenues. They traditionally were not really making any profit, apart from taking a relatively modest salaries for themselves. Now they're making 15% net regularly every month. and it means that they're beginning to turn their sights to growth and starting some new business ventures. So another example of some client results would be a business I was working with for about 18 months. Business run by a husband and wife team, about 2 million business, and relatively successful as a matter of fact, but they had aspirations to grow the business, and what we've done is develop some of their people and improve their marketing, so now their business has almost doubled. It's about a £3.5 million business, growing at 20% in sales, and bottom line, it's now extremely successful. And what it means for them is that they can achieve one of their goals, which is to go and live for 6 months of each year in the US. So that's what they want to do, and that's what they can do.
The best client results I've received as an action coach, again, there are so many of them. A very recent one, a client I've been working with for just about 6 months, has just completed his year-end figures. He's turned over 46% more in this year than he's done in any year previously. To put that into context, his business was growing by about £10,000 or £12,000 per year, and this year it's grown by £140,000. And that's with 6 months involvement from a coach. So there are dozens and dozens of stories like that, but that's the most recent.
The best client results I've had as a coach was with one of my clients, my second client that I signed up. She was working between 80 and 100 hours a week. She would lock herself in the office for 48 hours before she could actually go to bed because she was so stressed, so she could no longer physically keep her eyes open. Last week's session, we restructured her business, we put a new structure in place, put new people in, new layers of management. She phoned me up about an hour later and she said, "I think I've made myself redundant." And I said, "Wow, brilliant." I said, "What are you going to do with your time?" She said, "I don't know. I said, "Well, go and ride on your horse for a start, you know." And she's just so happy, you know. Her life's changed dramatically. Her kids now, you know, see her all the time. She's not snapping at them. She's not tired. She's not getting ill. It's amazing.